Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is July 31st, 2025, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Microsoft and Meta explode after the close yesterday, after they published their quarterly earning reports. It's unbelievable. Both are trading all-time record highs even before the markets open. Now, there is no major economic event scheduled for today. However, we do continue our quarterly earning reports, and today we have Apple, Amazon, and MasterCard, some of the major companies coming out with their quarterly earning reports. Now, looking at the markets, starting with the Forex symbols, the euro and the British pound continue to slide further versus the US dollar. And as we look at the indices, the NASDAQ trading to new all-time record highs before the market opens. And looking at commodities, oil holding on to its gains from the previous day. And looking at the stocks, really mixed, and some of the tech stocks actually selling off before these earning reports. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Euro USD. Now it is continuing to slide to the downside. It's finally getting a little bit of a bounce here. We're looking at a 4-hour chart. Let's look at a daily chart. You can see it a little bit clearer, but it continued to sell further. Okay, now it is in congestion or supportish area. I would say anywhere from 1480 down to 1420 would be supportish area. So we're still in that range. Okay, so the fact that we're bouncing off this area is to be expected. If we look at the GBP also bouncing off this area just slightly. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, because that's really where the action is. Okay, we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ first. Look at that. Trading to all-time record highs, 23,670. That is amazing. In pre-market, you could trade that, and that is really being pushed higher based on Microsoft and Meta's just explosion after the close yesterday. Now, yesterday, if we do look, first of all, at crude oil, it did gain to $71.40, holding on to its gains. That's actually pretty decent. Now, we are coming to the last ring of this ABC move, okay? If we look at this 1, 2, 3, okay, and you see that the gains are less than the previous gains. So it looks like we're topping out here altogether on crude oil. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, now jumping back to the U.S. markets and looking at the Dow Jones, okay, if we look at the Dow Jones here, it isn't making new highs. Now, yesterday, intraday, we sold off, okay? This sell-off happened after the Fed announced that it's not decreasing interest rates, despite the fact that the markets have kind of like leveled off in inflation. There's tariffs in play that are bringing the U.S. economy back on ground and then some. So this is like a pluck and chuck kind of fight that, you know, the president of the United States is having with the Fed chairman Powell, Trump versus Powell. And you saw that clip the other day where they were actually at the building and he's shaking his head, and you know, you see the contention, you see the, you know, some of the strife between them. So, but the markets are still strong. Okay, so I don't care what they say. Okay, but I'm looking at the markets, and as a trader, I could tell you that this is unbelievable. Now, this is trading here at 694, but this is way, way, way higher. Okay, in fact, it's going to open up at 775. It's about $81 in aftermarket trading up on the day. Unbelievable move for Meta. And looking at Microsoft also, it's about $70 above. Okay, so it's at 580, and you can't even see it here. It's going to gap up big because this is only during market hours trading. So keep that in mind. Later today, this is going to be super, super exciting as this yet has to unfold. Now, we do have Amazon coming out with their quarterly earning reports, and we've had a very decent move upwards here on the Amazon. And also looking at Apple, it's mostly trading sideways. So Apple's like the, I would call Apple the wild card, because if you look at it from a weekly chart, it's been trading more of in a range than, you know, seeing some sort of like, you know, momentum to the upside as we've seen with Meta, as we've seen with Netflix. So those are the two that this is the one that I kind of question about whether or not it's going to move higher. Now, NVIDIA on its record highs at 177, so that's still strong. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, unchanged, not doing anything. I'm not touching it. I'm just looking at it, just observing it. It's trading in almost a flat line. If you look at it on a weekly chart, you can see that it's pretty much just a flat line. Okay, this was the past 3 weeks, and it's really consolidating on that about this area. And until it breaks out in either direction, it's not going to go much. All right, so keep that in mind. This is a Fed Raise Act. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.
My advice: this is the best time to trade.